What's good, YouTube? I'm back here with my boy CJ, man, for another tutorial. We got a banger for you today, man. Today's gonna be a transformation cut. All right, so what you looking to get, CJ?
I was thinking an 8 on top and then a high taper.
8 on top, high taper, no C-cup?
No C-cup.
No C-cup, taper out the back as well?
Yes, sir, yeah.
All right, man. When's the last time you had a haircut, bro?
It's been a minute, I'm not gonna lie.
You got the mushroom top going on, man. All right, let's go. All right, guys, first things first, I'm gonna go through my 8 guard. All right, 8 guard all the way open. All right, I live by the motto, you can always take more hair off. So I'm gonna make sure I comb the hair in the direction that it grows in. All right, and then go right in with my Tomb45 with the RPMs all the way up. That's one thing I love about this clipper, man. It just mows right through bulk, as you can see. All right, and we're just gonna go around this. I like to put my offhand in front of the client's face to make sure hair don't hit their face. I'm very high on customer service when it comes to providing service, man. So one thing I teach, man, is just put yourself in your client's shoes. All right, obviously you can't shield off all the hair, but you definitely want to have your clients comfortable. And how you make them feel comfortable is you got to continue to ask yourself, all right, how would I be feeling right now if I was in the chair? So I know I don't like hair in my face. So I try to take that into consideration whenever I'm doing any type of haircut, especially when I'm buzzing it all down like this. Last time I cut his hair, my boy had like a textured fringe going on with the taper. This time, it's getting a little warmer, and my boy CJ said, take it off. So when you're buzzing someone's hair, man, you really gotta worry about too crazy about the growth patterns. You definitely don't want no one to patch nobody up, but he has a pretty simplistic growth pattern, meaning that I could just go opposite of his hair and just buzz it all the way down. Pretty even. A nice little hack whenever you're buzzing someone's hair off, especially if they have straight hair, is taking your comb and having your clipper follow it, like kind of guiding it with the comb so you can pick the hair up, and as it falls, it's falling right into your clipper. Kind of gets it a little bit more of a lower cut, all right? And so that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. And again, just in the comb, pick up the hair, and then my clipper's gonna go right over it. A little hack one of my OGs taught me. Helps pick up the hair, get it buzz lower. All right, guys, first things first, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna punch all my guidelines in. I like to punch all my guidelines in first, kind of knock out the easy steps first, all right? So when it comes to a taper, if I'm gonna do a mid-taper, I go straight across. I use the top of the ear as my reference point, all right? So if I'm gonna do a mid-taper, I go straight across. If I'm gonna do a low taper, I work my initial guideline down. And if I'm gonna do a high taper, I go from the top of the ear all the way to the bottom of the sidebar, all right? For my tapers, I like to make almost like an oval shape, all right? With my Tomb45 trimmers, all right, using the corner of my blade, coming up. Again, it's nothing crazy, but just a slight little oval shape all the way down to the bottom of the sidebar, all right? Then I'm gonna clean all that hair out. Same thing I do to this side, I'm gonna do to the other side. All right, starting at the bottom. Same thing I did to that side, doing to this side. All right, now we'll do the back. Same type of idea, I'm gonna do like a half moon rather than going straight across. Again, it's all upon preference. You can go straight across with your initial guideline, or you can do like a half moon. I like to start on one corner, half moon it to the middle, go to the other side. Same thing to make sure I'm staying equal on both sides, and then meet at the middle. And I clear all that out. And no, these trimmers are not zero gap. This is why you don't see no irritation on his skin back here. That's just how good these trimmers are, man. All right, now I'm coming with my Babyliss Pro UV single four shaver, and go ahead and ball that out. I know some people like to do their shaver at the end of their haircut. I like to do mine at the beginning. Clipper all the way open, and I'm gonna set my initial guideline about a finger's width, okay?
That's a lot.
All right, don't be scared to make these guidelines nice and wide. Like, that's why I say a finger's length. At the beginning of my career, I used to have really compressed fades because my guidelines were too thin. Put that initial guideline in. For me personally, I like to take my initial guideline out. So I'm gonna drop my lever to halfway. All right, I have a open, middle, close technique to taking out that initial guideline. So right now I'll go halfway. All right, and attack it again. Don't be scared to use your offhand to stretch the client's head. He has a little indentation right here. So whenever I spread the head, it gets a little bit more smoother, allowing me to feed the clipper the hair a lot easier. That's halfway. Now, you can drop it all the way close. If you're gonna be trying this technique out and you don't feel comfortable dropping all the way close from the middle, that's okay. Take it one notch before close, come attack it before you do anything permanent. If you don't feel confident, this is an easy way for you to ease into the open, middle, close technique of taking that initial guideline out, is by stopping at that one notch before all the way close. Attack the line, and then as you feel more comfortable, or as a part of your process, go ahead and just drop it down to all the way close now, so you can take off that last little faint line of your guideline. All right, because he has an 8 on top, I'm actually gonna go in with my 3 guard all the way open and kind of scooping in and out of it. all right, to create the shape of the high taper I'm looking for, and coming off right out the shape of his head. Again, not doing no aggressive scoop, but just clearing out the hair so I can go ahead and get a good transition to from my high taper into the bulk of his hair up top. And by you coming off the shape of his head, it helps you prevent you creating a large bulk line right there, all right? Then I'm gonna close it all the way, come right underneath it, and then now I'm just gonna fade down. Fading down has always taught me how to control my fade. In the beginning, I used to have a hard time to differentiate between a high fade, mid fade, low fade. And so what I like to do is like a bottom up, top down method. Now I'm gonna come in with my 1.5. All right, when it comes to half guards, between the half guard and the 1.5 guard, I like to use them at the halfway point. Sometimes I may need to use lever play, but mathematically, if you look at your guard math and what the measurements are, 1.5 halfway fades right into the 2 close. Now I'm gonna take my 1 guard, take it all the way open, come right underneath it. And now from the 1 guard down, I like to do open, middle, close, all right? And using the corners of my blades to take this line out, and this thing's coming together rather nicely. See, back in the day, I would have put this guy line in with my 1.5 first, and next thing you know, the fade would have ended up back here. And then I'm gonna close it all the way. 0.5 guard, halfway. Crank down the RPMs, use the corner of my blade to take that last little guy line out. Something I love about this clipper, man, it opens up almost like a master's, man. All right, we're gonna repeat the same steps on this side that we did on the other side. So starting with my shaver. Again, not taking it all the way up. Following that with the trimmer. All right, no guard all the way open. All right, guys. 3, all the way open.
Good haircut. Like tomorrow or the next day, I wake up and still look the same, like I just got the shit. Okay? Something gonna take a little get used to, man. Y'all caught me off guard. That's what I'm saying. I give it to you. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think you know, I'm like 30 sexist. You know, they need that.
Now, one thing I would do differently that I didn't do on the other side, on black hair, I use the black comb. Typically, you want to use a white comb, because why? You'll be able to see the hair a whole lot easier using a white comb. Rookie mistake, what I highly recommend you do is use a color that's makes the hair more apparent whenever you're going to use it. So on black hair, a white comb, a green comb. All right, I wouldn't use black on black unless you're experienced, okay? But in the beginning, use combs that'll be more beneficial to what you're trying to get done. So for me, you're going to lift the hair right here, lift it up, and see the hair a whole lot more easier than I did on that last side. I'm gonna go behind the ear because he has a bulk part right there, and I'm just gonna take that right off. And you look, see, it helps it blend a whole lot easier. Again, if you're just starting, I don't recommend you implementing this right away. Last but not least, we're gonna do the back. Same thing we did to the sides. Knock it out with the shaver. Not taking it all the way up, give it a little bit more room. No guard all the way open. Head down just a little bit. Awesome. Keeping the same kind of motion that we did on our initial guideline, following that, drop it all the way middle. All right, starting with the 3, like we did the sides, all the way down, all the way open. Again, coming off the shape of his head, not going too high. And again, guys, all about having systems. All about having systems in the shop. Better efficiency equals more money. Because the more efficient you are with the time, the more people you can service. The more people you can service, the more monies you make. Ain't that right, CJ? 1 all the way open. And some people may argue, like, why do you do 1.5? I mean, the 1 all the way open if you hit it with the 1.5? For me, it just works, man. I'm a creature of habits. That's my system. It's been my system for close to 8 years now, so I just stick to it, no matter how. Now, the more comfortable I get with somebody's hair, the more shortcuts I'm able to take because now I know how their hair grows, I know how it moves, I know how it responds to certain things. But YouTube purposes, teaching purposes, definitely want to show you exactly how I learned. 0.5 guard halfway. I'm over here hunching like I'm like, what is going on? I know she ain't that short. And again, you may use some lever play to get it down to your desired lane that you want. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this guard off, turn these RPMs down, and now I'm gonna take out that last guideline, corner on my blades. And then I'll lever play until it's not there no more. And you see that taper tying in together. As you can see, he got a little line of bulk right there. So same rules apply. We're gonna go in with our white comb. All right, we're gonna lift up, and as you can see the hair that hangs over, we're gonna take that hair right off, all right, to make it a more smoother transition to his bulk of hair, all right? Could you take thinning shears? Yes, you can. For me, I feel more comfortable doing it like this to get the desired look I'm looking to create. See that line of bulk right there? Watch this. When I go up, you see how the hair tugs on itself? All right, so that's the hair I'll cut off. More smoother transition. I can detail it a little bit more right here. Look, come up, under, and I can see that here. Bending his ear down with my pointer finger on my opposite hand. All right. Not trying to get too cosmetic with it. Using the corner of my blade, I'm on his ear. Again, don't get too cosmetic with this, guys. I see people putting big C's behind people's ears, man. It's like, be careful, guys. I know you want crispy, but at what cost? So what I love about these trimmers, man, they help you reach those hard to reach areas because of the sleek design of the blade. And you can see how sharp that is. All right, one trick I like to do behind the ear, all right, is I like to taper this out. What I mean by that, I like to take a clip over comb. As you can see, that hair that sticks out at the bottom, all right, is the hair that I'm gonna take off. Right here, do it again right here. Using my pointer finger to pull down his ear. All right, I'm gonna start in the middle, work to the side, middle, work to the other side. And one thing with straight hair, you gotta make sure you pass it all the way through. I see the mistake, people just try to do the lineup originally and end up leaving hair underneath it. So it's a good tip is to follow all the way through with straight hair whenever you're pressing the hairline in. And now we're from here to the other side. As I'm doing this front lineup, I'm already looking at to see where I'm gonna put his sidebar at. I kind of see where his hair naturally goes. I'm gonna do a little cosmetic with it, get to the most dense point, which I feel is right there, all right? So I like to use the eyebrow as a reference point, all right? So now I see exactly where it's gonna be on the eyebrow here, so now I know exactly where I'll put it over there. All right, guys, we'll do the same thing, now to this side. Remember, identify that it's about right there on this eyebrow. So that's exactly what we're gonna do, put the sidebar right there. Shave gel with aloe vera and vitamin E, man, it's real good for the skin. It nourishes the skin, soothes the skin while providing you a nice clean shave, all right? So a little bit goes a long way, so I like to put a little dot on my finger and kind of rub it in where I need it. For him, I only need it for the front lineup. And look at that, one dot covered all the area that I need for my razor. Then I'm gonna take my Tomb45, very light, weight it the right way, all right? I'm gonna tighten up the skin and provide that nice crispy lineup. All right, guys, now I'm going in with my indestructible clay, Tomb45, and give it like that matte finish. All right, again, a little bit goes a long way, about a dime size worth. Massage it into your hands and then massage it into your client's hair. All right, he did move away from the spiky look, but he, you know, he's still single, man, so he can try to look good when he walk out of here, you know what I'm saying?